Next question says, if the economy adjusts through the automatic mechanism, then a decline in aggregate demand causes 1. An expansion in the short run and an increase in the price level in the long run. 2. A recession in the short run and an increase in the price level in the long run. 3. An expansion in the short run and a decline in the price level in the long run. Or 4. A recession in the short run and a decline in the price level in the long run. So we have to understand what this question is asking us about. Typical mechanisms for adjusting when we're talking about the dynamic aggregate demand and aggregate supply model. The dynamic aggregate demand and aggregate supply model looks like this. We have our price level, we have our quantity of output, we have our long run aggregate supply, which is a vertical line at potential GDP. We have our short run, we have our aggregate demand, we have our short run aggregate supply, and this is the aggregate long run aggregate demand, dynamic aggregate demand, aggregate supply curve model equilibrium. Everything intersects here, right? And so if the economy is adjusted to the automatic mechanism and there's a decline in aggregate demand, what we're seeing is that aggregate demand shifts to the left, right? There's a decline in aggregate demand, there's a leftward shift, aggregate demand too, right? And so there's two things you can do. You can try and have the government step in and increase aggregate demand and try to move it back in this direction, right? And just recover from that decline in aggregate demand. Through the automatic mechanism, what you're going to see is that you just leave this gap and you let the market self-adjust. So when aggregate demand goes down, you're going to see that recession, right? There's this recessionary gap where the new GDP output level is below potential GDP, right? This is potential GDP, this is the new GDP. So we have this decline. So that's going to be what we see as the recession. And over time, in the long run, what you'll see is that if aggregate demand is lower, you're going to see that we want to return back to long-run aggregate supply, and so we're going to see a decline in price level to get us back to the long-run aggregate supply curve. That's seen by a rightward shift in the short-run aggregate supply curve. You can try and draw that here. So we'll see this shift as well. And so we return back to the long-run aggregate supply curve, right? There's this, it kind of went like this motion, right? But the new output level has a lower price compared to the original output level before the decline in aggregate demand. And so with that said, what we're looking to see is that we'll see a recession in the short run and a decline in price level in the long run. And that matches up best up with answer choice 4. If the economy adjusts to the automatic mechanism, then a decline in aggregate demand causes a recession in the short run and a decline in the price level in the long run. And so we can take a look at the previous tutor's answer, and they also picked 4. And they said that a decrease in aggregate demand in the economy in which short-run fluctuations are not mitigated by government intervention and markets are allowed to adjust automatically leads to a decrease in the profitability of the markets and a leftward shift in the demand curve. The immediate impact of a leftward shift is a short-run recession that is triggered by the low business activity, which itself is a drawback of low aggregate demand. Firms, in their attempts to cut costs and remain operational, lay off workers, causing an increase in unemployment rate during the recession. In the long run, however, a decline in the price level experienced due to low aggregate demand, and in the long run, we would see a rightward shift in short-run aggregate supply curve to return output to full potential level. The final equilibrium point would see a lower price level overall. So this is going to be correct solution. We just clarified that kind of mechanism that we talked about in this graph.